Rob and I are crazy close to one another. I mean, we've always been, but I do not have a relationship with Dream's mom. It's just hard to have a relationship with someone when they sue you for hundreds of millions of dollars.
If you keep seeing that everyone keeps taking advantage of you because you're just too nice, sometimes you gotta just let a bitch know and remind them who the f you are, so they're too afraid to take advantage of you. When I talk to him, he very much like in love with her. Am I missing something? How long have they not been speaking for?
Breaking news, people, and yes, this is the kind of news that makes you choke on your iced coffee, because word on the street is that Khloe Kardashian is on the verge of a full-blown meltdown after finding out that Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna, yes, the Blac Chyna who once tried to sue the entire Kardashian empire into bankruptcy, might be having another baby together. Like some twisted reboot nobody asked Netflix for. Imagine waking up one day and discovering your family's arch-nemesis is not only back in the picture but possibly sitting at the Thanksgiving table, pregnant, smiling, and asking someone to please pass the gravy while plotting world domination. That's Khloe right now, pacing through her Calabasas palace, clutching her designer mug, questioning every life choice that led to this moment, because honestly, didn't they just escape that chaos? Didn't we all? Wasn't the lawsuit era supposed to be the end of that saga? And now, rumors are saying Rob is liking Chyna's posts again. Insiders are whispering, and the internet is already popping popcorn like this is season 25 of Kardashian drama. Buckle up, because this tea is scalding and we're only getting started. Khloe Kardashian thought she had finally earned a little peace after years of being the emotional firefighter of the Kardashian family. But no, because the universe apparently loves chaos, especially when the Kardashians are involved. And now she is dealing with the most unbelievable plot twist of the decade. The rumor that Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna may have secretly rekindled their explosive relationship, the same one that once sent shockwaves through social media, courtrooms, and Kris Jenner's stress levels. It all started with one tiny Instagram like, a small tap of the thumb that could very well be the beginning of a brand new storm. Because when Rob liked Chyna's post captioned "Love is forever" to infinity, people online started screaming that the two might be back together romantically, not just co-parenting Dream anymore, but doing the whole love and heartbreak marathon again. It was like watching someone willingly dive back into a swimming pool full of sharks that had already bitten them once. But apparently love or desperation or sheer madness has struck Rob again, because insiders are whispering that this reunion did not just happen yesterday, but has been going on quietly for weeks, under the radar, without the family's knowledge, which to Khloe feels like the ultimate betrayal. She always believed she was the one sibling Rob trusted most, the one constant support in his life when everything else fell apart. And now she wakes up to discover the news the same way the rest of us peasants did, scrolling her feed in confusion. The Kardashian group chat must have exploded, because this is not just any old ex. This is Blac Chyna, the woman who once took legal action against them, accusing them of destroying her career, the woman who fought them in court for millions, the woman who would glare at them in the courtroom while tabloids printed every petty detail of their family drama. So imagine Khloe's face when she realized that the very person who once threatened their empire may now be strolling back into the family mansion acting like nothing ever happened. And what makes it even worse, what really sends Khloe into panic mode, is the loud buzzing rumor that Chyna might actually be pregnant again with Rob's baby, which means Khloe's nightmare is not just a reunion but possibly a permanent return, secured by another Kardashian heir. Khloe believes Chyna has always been strategic, and the timing of this pregnancy rumor sparks alarm bells everywhere, because if true, Chyna would have successfully tied herself to the family not once but twice, and there is no escaping that bond. Rob, who has stayed out of the spotlight for years, is suddenly making public interactions again, a sign that he might be slipping back into old patterns. And Khloe fears history will repeat itself exactly the way it did before. Scandals, fights, money issues, and all the chaos that once damaged Rob's mental health returning like a bad sequel that nobody wanted but everyone is forced to watch. Khloe feels like she is watching her brother walk willingly into the same fire that once burned down his life. Because when Rob and Chyna were together the first time, it was not just drama, it was complete chaos that spilled into courtrooms and public meltdowns. And after everything the Kardashians went through to protect him, Khloe cannot understand how he could risk it all again, especially with a woman who once dragged their name through every headline possible. Anonymous sources are crawling out of the woodwork like they do every time a Kardashian sneezes, and they are claiming that Rob and Chyna have been secretly seeing each other at hidden locations in Calabasas so no one would suspect a thing, and apparently Chyna has been acting overly sweet and supportive, promising Rob that everything will be different this time, and convincing him that their love was never the problem. It was the family meddling, and Khloe almost chokes when she hears that excuse because, from her point of view, Chyna is a professional manipulator who knows exactly which emotional buttons to push. Rumors are swirling that Chyna may even be using the idea of pregnancy as a way to anchor herself firmly back into Rob's world, and if that is true, then the Kardashians have every reason to panic because the possibility of another baby means another lifelong connection and another opportunity for Chyna to stir up the kind of drama that gives Kris Jenner daily migraines. The public is already going wild, commenting that Rob is too trusting and that Chyna might be playing the long game for financial security, especially since people online keep pointing out that her income streams appear to be drying up and she may see Rob as a safety net. But what makes this situation even more twisted is that Rob is not exactly rolling in cash these days, either, with his businesses reportedly struggling and fans speculating that might be why he will be returning to the family show next season. The timing of everything looks suspicious to Khloe, because why does Chyna suddenly want to show love and warmth toward Rob right at the moment she could use a little Kardashian financial boost? And why is Rob suddenly ignoring all the warnings he once lived by, almost like he is blinded by nostalgia or loneliness? Khloe is replaying every fight, every legal threat, every tearful phone call she endured on his behalf, and now she feels like a fool because Rob is acting as if the past never happened, smiling at his phone every time Chyna messages him, while Khloe watches in disbelief, convinced that if someone does not intervene fast, the entire family will be dragged back into another nightmare. And this time the consequences might be even worse. Khloe is now stuck in full crisis mode because she knows the family cannot simply sit back and let history repeat itself without at least trying to contain the explosion that is about to hit them all over again, and she is already imagining the headlines, the paparazzi camping outside the gates, the drama spilling onto every talk show and social feed, while Rob walks around thinking everything is just peachy because Chyna is being charming for the moment. But Khloe remembers too clearly how quickly the smiles turned to war the first time, and she refuses to let the family be blindsided again. She has reportedly been trying to get Kris on board with a strategy to protect Rob from jumping headfirst into a trap, and Kris Jenner, the master of crisis management herself, is allegedly drafting a plan that involves lawyers, publicists, family meetings, and whatever else is required to keep the brand safe, because the Kardashians may thrive on drama, but not when they are the ones being dragged through a courtroom for months. Meanwhile, fans online are already debating who is right and who is wrong, with some viewers saying Rob deserves happiness even if it looks messy, and others insisting that Khloe is trying to save him from the biggest mistake of his life all over again, and the arguments are only fueling the internet fire. And if the pregnancy rumor turns out to be true, the stakes rise even higher, because another child means more legal battles and financial negotiations, and Chyna could become more permanent than ever in their lives, which is the ultimate nightmare for Khloe, who once openly admitted she cannot have a real relationship with the mother of her niece. After being sued for such a massive amount of money and betrayed so publicly, Khloe lies awake at night imagining Chyna strolling back into family gatherings, acting like sweet innocents while secretly holding all the cards, and fans are already predicting that Rob will be manipulated into giving everything he has, both emotionally and financially, and Khloe is terrified that when the dust settles, she will once again be the one picking up his broken pieces. The silence from Rob is making it worse, because instead of reassuring his family that nothing is happening, he keeps them guessing while letting the rumors spread unchecked, as if he enjoys the attention, or maybe he is afraid to admit the truth, because he knows exactly how everyone would react if they found out what is really going on behind closed doors. Khloe cannot shake the feeling that this is the beginning of a new storm, and she is bracing herself for impact, because every sign, every whisper, every sudden shift in Rob's behavior is pointing toward one inevitable conclusion: that Chyna is back in their orbit and she is not leaving anytime soon. And Khloe knows that once the truth is fully exposed, there will be no turning back, and the entire world will once again witness another Kardashian scandal unfold piece by painful piece. So now the big question is what happens next, because if these rumors keep heating up, we could be watching the start of the most chaotic Kardashian storyline ever, and trust me, Khloe is not the only one whose nerves are shaking right now, because the entire world is waiting for the truth to finally hit the internet like a bomb, and we will be right here, breaking it all down the second it drops. And that is exactly why you need to stick around, because this drama is just getting started and you do not want to be the person who hears about it last, when everyone else is already arguing about baby names and court dates and who should be banned from the family Christmas party. So tell me, what do you think? Is Rob walking into another disaster, or is Chyna truly a changed person who deserves a second chance? And do you believe Khloe is overreacting, or is she the only one seeing the danger ahead? Drop your thoughts, because we need to talk about this. And if you want more shocking updates, more inside secrets, and more wild twists, make sure to like this video, comment your theories, and subscribe, because the truth is going to explode very soon and you do not want to miss a single second of it.